I salute you, veterans and warriors. We're coming up on Veterans Day, 2021. We had a very tumultuous time in the last 20 years, to say the least. We know that our job is not over until it's over. But we also know that we are grateful in many, many, many ways to be here, to be still in the mission of life, in the mission of moving forward on behalf of ourselves, our families, and others. So even though we as veterans may have hung up the uniform and put away the boots, we are still mission bound. And on that note, in Mission Grateful Possible Month, I am so excited to be introducing you to our next guest. So please don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back after these messages. Hi, Veterans Onward to Prosperity. I'm your host, Master Sergeant Anna Maria Bliven, Master Sergeant, retired, 26 years of the Army, joined by another veteran of 26 years of the Army, Brian Gibson, founder of Project Die Hard. Welcome to Veterans Onward to Prosperity.
Well, thank you for having me.
And you know what? Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I couldn't think of anyone that I would rather have right beside me to salute and show gratitude to our brothers and sisters, veterans and warriors, than you.
Well, I feel honored. I feel honored. I'm just an old broke down medic.
You combat medic, yes. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about what you did in the military, your background, and how we come to have Project Die Hard.
Well, at 17 years of age, I joined the United States Army. I was just going to hop in, get my college money and leave, but things transpired, and I ended up doing 26 years. Retired out as a sergeant first class, and just, I don't know. I mean, okay, I'm just going to break it out because you're going to ask and I'm just going to tell. Look, I'm just a sinner saved by grace. Back time in my life, I sat there and I self-medicated with alcohol. That's a poison that our brothers and sisters just don't need. Well, that led me down a dark road to a point where I had a .45 caliber pistol, a good old 911, cleaned, polished, sitting in my mouth, ready to end it all, when God saved my life by a phone call. It was a brother of mine, another veteran that was going through some hard times, and I guess it was the medic in me that said, oh, I got to help this guy. And it turned out, by meeting with him the next day, it helped me.
That's a miracle.
Every day is a miracle by the grace of God.
And that's why in mission, great gratitude possible, gratefulness possible, that your story means so much.
Well, again, to the brothers and sisters out there, in the darkest hours, right, in the deepest pits, you can't give up hope.
Right.
You're not trained that way. We're trained to carry on with the mission, not to give up. I had a meeting this weekend, and one of my old instructors taught me a long time ago, pain. You know what it's good for? It lets you know you're alive, and if you're alive, you can fight. Still live to that adage today.
Yes, that's why I said in the introduction, we are in the mission, which simply means that when you're in a mission, you're in a battle. You're battling against a lot of odds, a lot of things that could get in the way as obstacles, but darn it all, we're going to make it through.
Improvise, adapt, and overcome. I thought that was our training.
It is, but you and I both know that when you're in the dark of depths of despair, all you know at that moment is pain.
And again, pain lets you know you're alive. And
That's
if
right.
you're alive, you can fight.
That's right. That's right. So why is it that a lot of folks get stuck and stay stuck?
Well, I wish I knew that. I really do.
Me too.
I can say from personal experience, it was, I'm a senior non-commissioned officer. I can't show weakness. I can't ask for help. I have to be there for my men, my women, my soldiers. And it almost cost me my life. So to our brothers and sisters out there still serving, wearing the uniform, I say, it's okay to take a knee. It's okay to ask for help. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Okay? If you think your command is so tied up on that, no. I'll tell you right now, they're not. They want to know if you need help. Because a healthy soldier is an effective soldier. That's physical, mental, the whole gambit.
Now, this also applies to Marines, Naval folks, Air Force folks, Coast Guard folks, and yes, even our Space Force brothers and sisters. Anybody and everybody that's wearing the uniform and serving this country, listen up. We salute you, but we're also wanting you to move forward. And for those of you that are serving and you're warriors, there's coming a day, believe it or not, when you are going to hang up your uniform and put away your boots for the last time, and you will be veterans. And we, meaning Brian and I, please, we plead with you, please be in a planning mode and just don't let your ETS happen. Plan for it. But in case you don't hear us and you do what millions of other veterans have been doing, where they are now unaware of what takes place next after your DD-214 or your NGB-22, then you know what? Please be sure and stay tuned after these messages.
Let me introduce you to Frank Sinclair. He has a business called Dream Again Business Consulting. Frank believes that you were put on this earth for a specific reason. It's his job to find out why. If we follow the natural course of your life and your story, it always leads to your purpose.
vets, you know who I am. This is Ranger Johnson, and I want to help you to get the VA disability rating that you deserve. And if you want to know more about the Ranger method, please go to championsforveterans.com and schedule a free consultation now. Stay in the fight!
Hi, welcome back to Veterans Onward to Prosperity. I'm your host, Master Sergeant Retired, Anna Maria Bliven. Privileged to have in our virtual studio today, Brian Gibson, the founder of Project Die Hard. Now, before the last messages, I said, if you are one of those veterans and warriors that did not plan for your ETF, that somehow thought by some strange coincidence you were going to have it all work out for you after you demobilized or you processed out, only to find out differently, then listen up. We have some news for you. Don't we, Brian?
Well, with my life and God saving me, I've always, wanted to give back. And I guess it's the medic in me. Project Die Hard was formed in 2018, and all because of the news I got of one of my brothers, multiple combat tours together, was found hanging in the garage by his wife. Now, this was a man that I looked up to, a senior non-commissioned officer, a mentor, a guide that helped me get where I was at. And again, the adage of, I'm the senior, I can't be weak. I think that's where that rolled in. But that's when I asked God, hey, you know what? I love it. You saved my life. I'm working in the church. I'm doing everything I can. But I'm a soldier, and I need a mission. And he gave me the mission. Project Die Hard. Our mission is to provide a safe and secure place for a veteran, whether to come for a day and fish, a weekend just to walk through the woods, a week, a month, or up to a year to get back on their feet. That's our mission, to bring hope to my brothers and sisters. We are based off Romans 15:13. Look it up. It's all in hope.
I love that you're based in Romans. I'm 3 John, and that is above all, brethren, I wish that you may be in good health and prosper as thy soul may prosper. And by no means am I preaching Christianity or any of that stuff. I'm simply sharing with you, as Brian is sharing with you. Neither one of us is preaching, but we're simply sharing a premise by which we believe people will resonate with. People will want to be prosper in good health. He's a medic. It's his job to see that you be in good health.
Oh, I got it. Look, I am not a preacher by any means. I am just a sinner saved by grace. That's all I am. We have our chaplain within our organization, and he's really good at the preaching, right? I'm not a preacher. I'm just a guy that knows the grace and beauty and love of God.
Because you're here today.
Yes, I will never force our brothers and sisters to read a Bible or no, that's not my commission from God. My commission from God is to love thy neighbor and love my brothers and sisters. In fact, 3 months ago, we turned down a very large sum of money because the individual that wanted to give it basically said that we couldn't talk about God and we couldn't give a Bible to a veteran. Well, I'm sorry, but that's what we're going to do.
If they want one, they should be able to have one.
Again.
If they want a Quran, or what is it called, the Torah or the Quran, or whatever, it really doesn't matter at this point. What matters is that people understand that they can move forward and they don't have to stay stuck.
Yes, and that's what our facilities are for, to get the support and that little step ladder or kick in the butt, as you might say, to get moving again. All
And
in
they
a
want to be
loving
moving.
way. Oh, yes.
Yeah. We all know, let's be real, Brian. We all know that what really makes it so that people can't get out of that tunnel of darkness is not knowing how and not having what they need, such as housing, employment, treatment. And then with you allowing at least two families at the facility, by which we are lovingly going to call a forward operating base, because that's where you gather all of your information sources and resources and make things happen. Because in the mission of you make things happen at the FOB.
Again, this is the intent. We've been talking, you and I, in other circles. Should we announce it here and now?
Why not? We are in the process of planning a huge fundraising event that not only salutes you, but also is the fundraiser of all fundraisers to help folks not commit suicide, but rather live a life worth living.
Again.
And we are gathering together 6 of us, of Mission Possible folks, of which Brian is part of, in a coalition. Hey, we might even call it Mission Possible. But right now we have a website called whogivesAbuck.us. And you can go to that website and see all the coalition members and their organizations and what they're doing so that military veterans and warriors can have a life worth living.
And again, there's no one person that can do it all. This is why we believe in teamwork. Project I Heard, it will give at no cost to Onward and Upward a 40 by 40 foot building on every one of our properties, so you can bring your skills of job placement and training to the mission. So that way there, we can concentrate on what we got to do. You can do what you're doing so great. And again, within this coalition, everybody is bringing a piece of this big puzzle together to do it.
There'll be special services for female veterans with Nikki's organization. There'll be equine therapy with JR's organization. Tim Richardson told me that with his organization, he's now going to help with background and credit checks problems. That's another stumbling block.
Yes, it is.
That's another stumbling block.
Well, especially because we're going to be housing families. Our attorneys are telling us every veteran's going to have a background check.
Yes.
Which I understand, but I don't like, because you're a veteran. You served this country.
Right. But we also know that could be a stumbling block, and Tim's organization is going to help fix that.
Yes. I mean, this is teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly. And then let's not leave out of Justin's organization is a comprehensive kiosk of information sources and resources for everything else.
Again, we're going to have internet. We're going to have those kiosks. It's all going to be there. So a veteran can come to any facility and say, hey, I need a little bit of help, or I just need to talk, or I need a lot of help.
Right.
But that's what we're going to be there for.
Right. And I'm so excited to be working with you and the others to get this done. So the fundraising event is 222 to save 22. You'll notice that on the website of Project Die Hard, on the back side of the soldier, there's the number 22. So let me quickly tell the audience with Brian here what that means. That's actually a number several years ago that the press made possibly known to everybody, that on an average each day, 22 military veterans and warriors commit suicide. Now, I don't know about you, but that does not stick very well with me, especially in the story that Brian just shared. And a few weeks ago, I too lost a comrade to suicide, and I served with this woman for 13 years. Now, I was the senior NCO that mentored her. How do you think that makes me feel? Like I did not do my job to the point where I should have, and she'd still be with us today. But I can't think like that. I have to reframe this. I have to reframe it that she chose to do that because the pain was too great. But had we had the thought, it's quite possible she might have chosen differently. But who knows? I can't go there. You can't go there.
No, I do not go there. I hear it every day. I hear of veterans losing their battle to the demons. Everybody asks me, what's your timeline to get the fob up and running? And I always go, how about yesterday?
And on that note, let's continue this conversation after these messages. Ron salutes as a LinkedIn business strategist and relationship advisor. He's the co-author of 21 Days to Success with LinkedIn. He's a guest speaker for the U.S. Army on veteran transition. Contact Ron at his website.
Mike Merwin here, U.S. Navy retired submarine officer turned entrepreneur. I turned my hobby of 25 plus years making beef jerky into a thriving small business. Made in small batches with only high quality ingredients, it's not good, it's crazy good. A portion of all proceeds helps save military lives. Order now on www.crazymikesjerky.com using code CB10 for 10% off.
Hi, welcome back to Veterans Onward to Prosperity. I'm Master Sergeant Retired Anna Maria Bliven, your host. And today in our studio, we are talking to the founder and CEO, I'm sure, of Project Die Hard, Brian Gibson. Now, let's pick up where we just left off, okay? They're asking, how soon can we get the fob up? But you know what? Not soon enough. However, we can't go there. We can only say tomorrow is tomorrow, today is today, and yesterday was yesterday.
In total agreement. All I put out within our organization, within our social media things, is brothers and sisters, have hope. Have hope. We're working diligently. We are. We're working every day, day in and day out, to find the resources to get the fob up and running. What makes us different is there's a lot of organizations out there that claim to do big things, but talk is talk. I do not take a salary. I'm not against salaries, but I don't take one. I don't need one. Our goal is to have 90 cents on every dollar touch the mission. Whether it be housing, whether it be food, whether it be skill training, whether it be employment, whatever it takes, we want to be there for our brothers and sisters.
Yes. Yes. So if you're interested to learn more about Project Die Hard, it's projectdiehard.org.
Yes, projectdiehard.org. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're everywhere. But again,
Yes.
we are chopping through the proverbial weeds of all these organizations that claim to do things, but yet spend $10.2 million on a Super Bowl commercial.
Well, with that in mind, can we bring up the what the plans are for the FOB?
I sent them out. That's in post. You guys can do that. Tell them. But again, this is what will be with people's help.
Yes.
12 single veterans, 2 veterans with their families. And again, this is our first facility.
Right. And it's we're going to start the ball rolling with a donated 10,000 square feet building
Yes.
on 20 acres.
Yes, that's where we're starting. We had 20 acres in a 10,000 square foot building donated to our mission, and which I am so grateful for.
Yes.
But now the hard work starts. But
yeah,
we need some help getting there. As we tell people, your donation is our ammunition to fight the war on veteran suicide. Because this is a
yes.
war we're in.
Yes.
And we need the ammunition.
Yes. So with that in mind, let's just keep moving forward, Brian, in working with this coalition. Again, if you're interested in projectdiehard.org, go to projectdiehard.org. If you're curious to know what all the coalition is about and how we are all going to work together in the FOB, that's how we're going to do this. We are going to work together in the FOB. We're going to build the FOB there in Illinois, and then we're going to move on to another state and build the FOB in that state, and then move on and move on and move on to eventually all 50 states will have a FOB.
Yes, of course. You know, but again, we have to get this first one up and running because
right.
you know as a master sergeant, I know as a sergeant first class, you can write all the SOPs you want, but until you put them into practice,
yeah,
you really don't know if they're going to work. So
that's exactly right.
That's why we got to get this first one built so we can work out all the little kinks, and then we can move it on to the next and move it on to the next.
And more logistics and information soon to come on 222 to save 22, and that will be on that website of whogivesthebuck.us. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know you are a busy, busy man because of everything that goes into the mission planning and the mission execution of the FOB in Project Die Hard.
Again, to share my testimony is a blessing by God for God, okay? And if it saved one brother or one sister today to go, oh, wait a minute, I can't give up, then I go, praise God on it. You know, I feel honored for you to take the time to talk to me and learn about our mission. Thank you, and God bless.
All righty, and I will wrap this up in just after these messages.
All about inclusion and really giving everyone a fair say.
Welcome to the Today Show. This is our flagship show. I am Unstoppable Tracy.
I am Zach Damon.
It is a pleasure to be here. I am excited. What is up?
We have a great show today.
Jay Stoyan here for the Disability Channel, the world's only inclusive channel for and by persons with disabilities.
Get ready to be inspired, everyone.
We have people watching from all over the world, but also all over Ontario.
We also take a concerted attention in the veterans community.
In moments of stress and trauma, we can get a hold of ourselves.
To help make a difference for people with disabilities, to show people how to love themselves or their disability.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys having me, giving this platform for myself and other people with disabilities.
Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this episode of the Disability Channel of Detroit. Please tune in next time.
I hope that you have hope after listening to what Brian and I have been talking about. Whether you're a veteran or a warrior, you really need to know that you can move forward, you should move forward. And like he said, in our training, it was adapt and overcome. And we understand the pain. Oh my gosh, we understand the pain because the two of us have been in it. We've been in the depths of despair. We've been in that dark tunnel. And by the grace of God, and yes, I'm going to freely say that, we are here with you today. Hopefully, understanding that you do have a tomorrow. You do. Please understand you do have a tomorrow. Stay with us. And tune in to our next episode where we are going to continue to talk about Mission Grateful Possible Month with a lot of gratitude in a lot of different ways. Until then, be the best you can be.